Hi everyone, welcome back to Ryan's Workbench. Today we're going to be working on the third and final part of the Oliva 19-inch scale cigar box guitar, and at the end we're going to test it to see how it sounds. So let's get started.
Alright, so we'll draw our marks. So we have one here, one at the center, and then one half an inch away from the center, and then one half an inch on the other side. So now what we'll do is we'll measure our length. And I'm going to put them about 3/4 of an inch, and then I'll put the middle one a little bit. Actually, I think I'll just do them all at 3/4. Oh, I think we said we were going to do the tuning screws. But we'll do those in a little bit. I'll get this done real quick, and then we'll move on to those. Okay, so now we can take off the tape. Looks like we didn't do too good on our measuring. Now why would that be? I thought I measured it pretty well. Oh well. Not much we can do about it now. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our rivets, and we take some pliers like these, and we grab the center, or this one you just put it in the center like that, and then you whack the top when it's on the edge like this. Alright, so what we're doing now is we're taking some little rivets, and they're white, I think aluminum rivets, and so we want to sand off the tops so that way they're silver, and so they're kind of match. I mean, they don't really match the fretboard. A normal guitar they'll match the fretboard. Since this one's fretless, I guess they'll match the nut. 0 fret, I guess. We'll go with that. I mean, if you have gold rivets, so it would probably work if you're doing a gold theme. But usually, like with the frets and everything, I've found that the silver ones look good too. Alright, so now the next thing we're going to work on is, I said I was going to do this before, but we're going to finally drill in the tuners, the screws for the tuners. And remember, don't go too deep. Get our little tiny screws right here. So when you're putting these in, once you reach the tuners, don't tighten them too much, because I've had them break before. That was kind of sad. So I just had a tuner without one of those, so I just tightened the nut more. And it's been okay, it hasn't moved at all. It's actually that guitar I showed you with the angled headstock. So once you reach the tuner, just kind of let it be. These are just meant to keep it from spinning, they're not meant to keep it attached. But where the other one broke, it broke flush with the wood, so it didn't really do anything helpful. It just broke. It made me sad. And I couldn't put another one in there because it was flush with the wood. I guess I could have drilled it out, but you know, I mean, it's worked so far, so. Drilling out's a lot of work too. I'd say this looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. And there's a little bit of a wiggle room, so that's why we're going to be screwing down the neck to get rid of all that wiggle room. So next part, I guess, is the bridge. I think I'm just gonna do a basic. Yeah, so I don't really have that much room there, so I'm just gonna do a basic bridge. But I feel like when this has pressure on it, it's gonna sink down a little bit. So I think I need it taller than this. So I'm gonna cut one out of a scrap piece. I have this block. It's probably cedar if I had to guess. It was a scrap that was in a cigar box. So basically just gonna make one of these but taller. So I'm using these random pieces of wood in the miter box because the holes aren't the right size for this piece that I'm gonna cut. So if you just put in some spacer pieces to fill in the extra space, then it'll work out. You just have to make sure that they're straight when you're cutting them. So we're over at the fret saw, so we're just going to slide this piece in here, or a bridge piece. This is the right side, right? Yes, this is the right side. Because it is slightly taller than it is wide. Alright, so we got our fret, our jumbo fret put into our bridge. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a really fine point file and I'm going to file the jumbo fret a little bit, and that will hopefully be like a guide for our strings, and so they'll sit where they are supposed to. Okay, so that means our bridge is pretty much done. This is a pretty simple bridge. On the other cigar box guitar I built, I did a pretty complicated one, but since we don't have very much room in between the neck and the sound hole, this one will be pretty simple. Alright, so now is the step in that we put in the finish washers finally. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure distance to the center of those pillars that we put in on the corners. And it looks like ½ inch will do as well. And then I will mark on the top of the box ½ inch. And then we will go ahead and drill those out. Alright, so we're getting pretty close to the end here, and the only thing we have left to do is to screw in the corner screws and then string it up. All right. Next step, string it up. Alright, so I have this guitar all tuned up now, and it's tuned to a E, B, and E. Well, that about wraps up this video, so I want to thank you for hanging out at the workbench with me, and I'll see you next time. Have a good day. Bye.